There is a piece of wisdom, a kind of cautionary law that comes from the world of economics. It's known as Goodhart's Law, and it can be summarized like this: when a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. This is not a clever aphorism. It is a description of a fundamental flaw in the way we try to solve problems. It is a warning about the dark side of data, the hidden trap in our obsession with key performance indicators, metrics, and quantifiable goals. We are taught that what gets measured gets managed. But what if the very act of measuring something with the intent to control it corrupts it? I want to take you to colonial India, to the city of Delhi under British rule. The government was facing a genuine and frightening problem. The city was overrun with venomous cobras. The public was at risk, and the authorities felt they had to act. So they devised a plan that was, by the standards of the day, perfectly logical. It was a data-driven, incentive-based solution. They identified a clear metric for success, the number of dead cobras, and they created a target. They offered a cash bounty for every cobra skin that was turned in. At first, the plan was a stunning success. The number of cobra skins being turned in skyrocketed. The administrators in their offices looked at the spreadsheets, saw the rising numbers, and congratulated themselves on their effective management of the problem. The target was being met. The measure was improving day by day, but they had made a fatal error. They had forgotten that they were not dealing with a simple machine but with a complex system of human ingenuity. The people of Delhi, being rational economic actors, soon realized that hunting the existing cobras was difficult and dangerous work. There was a much easier way to get cobra skins. They started to breed them. They set up cobra farms in their backyards and basements. They would raise the snakes, kill them, and then take the skins to the government for payment. The measure, the number of dead cobras, was now completely decoupled from the original goal, which was to reduce the number of living cobras in the city. The measure had become the target, and it was no longer a good measure. Eventually, the government realized what was happening. They were being played. The program was a farce. So they did the logical thing. They canceled the bounty. And this is where the story turns from a comedy of errors into a catastrophe. The cobra breeders, now holding thousands of snakes that were suddenly worthless, did the only logical thing they could do. They released them. The end result of this perfectly logical, data-driven, incentive-based program was that the wild cobra population of Delhi was now significantly higher than it had been before the program started. The attempt to solve the problem had made it exponentially worse. This phenomenon is now known as the Cobra effect. This isn't just a quirky historical anecdote. It is a ghost that haunts our modern world. It is the code that runs beneath so many of our failed good intentions. It is the sales team, given a target for number of calls made, who spend their day making hundreds of useless, one-second calls to meet their quota. It is the school system, judged by standardized test scores, where teachers are forced to teach to the test, abandoning genuine curiosity and critical thinking. It is the social media platform, designed to maximize engagement, that discovers the best way to do that is to promote outrage and conflict. In every case, a good measure has been turned into a target, and the system has become corrupted. The lesson of the Cobra effect is not that measurement is bad. It is that we must be deeply humble and deeply suspicious of our own metrics. It is a reminder that human beings and complex systems cannot be optimized like a machine. When you apply a simple target to a complex reality, the system will not change to meet your goal. It will contort itself to meet the target, often destroying the original goal in the process. The real challenge, then, is to have the wisdom to look beyond the spreadsheet, to never forget the unquantifiable thing you were trying to achieve in the first place: a safer city, a well-educated child, a genuinely connected society, and to recognize the moment when the tool you are using is no longer serving the goal, but has, in fact, become a cobra of its own.